I want you to share some secrets with our audience. if
Right.
you
How many secrets are we talking about?
Not them all.
Okay.
So we can't share everything, but just a few.
Yeah.
So a few key ones.
But you know, I will say this: if you think about in life to get ahead, normally no one has ever accomplished anything great all by themselves. So that's very unlikely, and therefore, you know, according to like the Gallup, for example, they say the number one predictor of career success is the quality of one's relationships. But when you meet most people in business, they tend to be very focused on their goals, their objectives, their dreams, their aspirations. And actually, it's a lot easier to go connect and build really rich relationships with anyone if you focus on serving others, getting to know them first, and just really adding value. So really, if you think about the key to connecting, the key to building dynamic relationships, and ones that will serve you for the rest of your life or your business or whatever goal objective you want, and you can achieve anything faster, I believe. What Zig Ziglar said, help enough people with their dreams, you know, you'll get whatever you want faster, and it's so very true. And
why do most people feel it's the opposite? They say, how do I have time to worry about other people's problems? That's their problem. I need to focus on me.
Well, it's very true. I mean, I think most people have a scarcity mentality, number one. Number two, they just think it's going to take a lot of time, effort, and energy on their part because they got to focus on what they do. But at the end of the day, if you focus on whatever your goals, whatever everyone's business might be a little different. But what, you know, think about it. If you're trying to get your child into a private school, chances are you wouldn't, you know, if you've got a good relationship with someone to get into the door, that'll help. If you need, and we're
References.
here, we're close to Hollywood. Obviously, your husbands and you guys have been very active in Hollywood. A lot of your clients, they always say it's not what you know. A lot of times it's who you know. But to me, it's not only what and who; it's how well you know them. How much value have you created for someone? Have you given first? And so, to me, it is a better, not only business strategy, but a life strategy to go serve others first. Give, you know, give again, and you'll find people much more receptive to wanting to help you.
Yes. How did you get started?
How did I get started? You know, back in the mid-1990s, I was involved in the technology industry, and at the time I was just in sales for a company called the Gartner Group, and at that same time period, I was the president of the Southeastern Software Association, and it was very hard to get access to these CEOs. I mean, their companies were growing incredibly quick and very fast. And one of the things I learned was by me connecting some of the CEOs to each other, or introducing a VP of sales to someone who is a sales executive, or someone in the marketing department, just to each other, I found I've created a lot of goodwill, and I was able to continue getting access. I always say you can get access to anyone once. Can you get called back again? Can you be considered a trusted advisor to others? And so even though at the time I was just a sales professional, I had more C-level access than probably all my peers combined. And I look back now, because I'm working on a book, I realized back then what I was doing is I was creating a lot of connection currency, a lot of relationship capital. And so by serving these folks in multitude of ways, you know, good things were happening for me, both from a sales perspective. I was able to short circuit sales cycles. I was able to do bigger sales. I had more access to the right people when I needed it, because I was able to build trust. And so if you serve others and you give things of value and you're just generous in nature, and generally some people might be listening, well, I don't have anything to give. It might be just listening. You know, we just found out today that, you know, Robin Williams passed away.
Yes.
If someone is a good listener, they might be able to pick up someone is battling depression or going through a difficult time or going through a career transition, and just by being a better listener or sharing a piece of wisdom or advice at that moment in time, that might make all the difference in the world for that individual